So what's going to happen when hundreds open, thousands open? They brought all their resources to one, all their cops, all their bylaw, all that intimidation is for one place, and they don't have any more resources to spread around anywhere else. And even with all that, what could they do? All they did was make him sell out faster.
Is freedom taken away from all of us. This has nothing to do with church, but he's part of the owner is part of the human family, and I stand behind him. I cannot stand thinking all the big stores are open, no problem, and then killing these little people. It's just not right. It's not right before God, and I felt obligated to come here today.
And are you guys all going to support the other businesses that choose to open and protest?
Yeah!
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Anybody who opens, we need to get all this support over to them too, to really show them that this is the way it's going to go.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Toronto. Well, folks, it is day number 2 of the Great Barbecue Rebellion. Yes, we are once again back at the so-called scene of the crime, Adamson Barbecue. Just a few minutes ago, Adam SKELLY, the owner, went in. He said he's not doing interviews today, but we're welcome to come on his property. Unlike the mainstream media, they are out in full force today. I see basically every outlet, and he doesn't want any part of them. So it's a kind of a reversal of fortune for us here at Rebel News, and I'm digging it. And I can understand his outrage to the mainstream media, the way they have been framing this story. He's the bad guy. He's the second coming of Typhoid Mary. He should be shut down. They're not so much reporting the story, but acting as like snitches to the mayor and the premier and the authorities. Just another mainstream media disgrace. But Adam is here. He is prepping. It is now just a little after 10 a.m. He's going to open in an hour, and there's a lot of prep to do. He expects another big crowd here. In any event, I am almost certain that the moment someone goes in there for some delicious brisket, the bylaw, the police, the health authorities, they are going to descend on this little restaurant like an army, and we're going to be there to see what unfolds in the minutes and hours away. I'm just wondering, Adam, are you fearful of what's going to happen in the minutes and hours ahead if you start to fire up those grills?
No, not at all. Why would I be fearful of what's going to happen? This business probably won't make it through the winter time anyway, so I got nothing to fear. We're going to take a stand. We're going to push this as far as it goes. We'll accept the fines. We'll accept the tickets and any court summons, and we'll see if any of this is going to hold up.
Yeah, and I mean, we have to talk about the hypocrisy, as we've been saying all along since day one. 400 meters down the road, there is a Costco. It is jammed to the gills of Christmas shoppers. They have a food service facility there. How come they can open and a guy like you can't?
Well, I'm not sure if their food service facility is open, but they are considered an essential business. People go there to buy their groceries and stock up at home, and they consider that essential. I, for one, consider my business to be essential, and we're going to see today how many other people do as well.
100%. And now, what about the cost to you in terms of all these potential fines that can go up to $100,000, even a year in jail? I think you said off camera to me you've already got pro bono legal representation. What are they telling you?
I have to interview lawyers today. I've had so many reach out to me and offer to take this case. Most of them are all of them are confident that we will win this, that the emergency orders are not justified, and that any of these charges won't hold up in court anyway. So I'll be the first one to stand up, be the test case, and we'll see how it goes.
I know you have a ton of prep to take care of, Adam. One last question. We have the media mob here. What has been your take on the kind of coverage you've been receiving? It seems to me, from what I've seen in the last 24 hours of the news cycle, they're almost cheering on the authorities to put you out of business. It's quite shocking. What has it been your take?
Well, this is the establishment media over there, so I've asked them to stay across the street, so they're all over there with their telephoto lenses trying to get shots of me. I thought it was really funny because yesterday I had the most incredible day. We had so much love and support from our fans and people I've never met before. I was energized all day, had an incredible day, and I think it was CTV managed to get one picture of me going, with a bit of a sad look on my face. They're a little bit distressed, and that's the one that they put up on the front. You know what? They can keep trying to get those with their telephoto lenses. They can get one of me in a fighting stance or something like that, and they could try to say that I'm trying to take down the police or something. Who knows? They can say across the street, thank you for being here. Thanks for actually getting our side of the story and not twisting our words.
Well, Adam, thank you for your hospitality, for allowing to come on your private property. We really appreciate it. I think there's going to be a showdown. I'm really fearful about how the city is going to react. And
come on, no fear, no fear. Let's go.
Here we have Adam as a true rebel. He's taking a stand. And maybe when they see how he is going to be treated with hundreds of thousands of dollars of fines, even potentially a year in jail, if you can imagine, maybe that's going to scare them off from doing what Adam's doing.
The government is betting on ignorance and intimidation, and they're going to lose. Because when you come to the point where you have nothing to lose, you're going to do whatever it takes. And that's why we're going to win, because we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that the tyranny of the government goes out of this country.
The mayor has said last night that if Mr. Skelly opens again for business, he hopes the authorities throw the book at him. And yet this is the same mayor that has been seen for, photo ops, not social distancing, not wearing a face mask. Do you think we have sort of a one law for thee, one law for me in the city right now?
Oh, there's a true double standard here. So I'll be straightforward and blunt. John Tory's an asshole.
Well, folks, I'm with Vincent Gerses, and Mr. Gerses is an ex-OPP officer. And Vincent, tell me, first of all, what brings you out here today, and what's your take on what we're seeing going down here?
The reason I'm out here is this is a fundamental fracture about to happen in monumental biblical proportions in Canada, and the fracture of the human rights and the Canadian Charter of Rights. I've been an OPP officer for 32 years. I'm now retired and have been for a few years. I started with the OPP in 1982, the same year that the Canadian Charter came out. And what was instilled upon me at the Ontario Police College in Aylmer, Ontario, was how important those fundamental rights were. They're the core of our rights in Canada, and everything is based on that. Here today, this restaurant chooses to stay open and defy these lockdowns. These lockdowns are unconstitutional, clearly, and they go against our human rights.
Is freedom taken away from all of us. This has nothing to do with church, but he's part of the owner is part of the human family, and I stand behind him. I cannot stand thinking all the big stores are open, no problem, and then killing these little people. It's just not right. It's not right before God, and I felt obligated to come here today.
Right. Well, sir, what brings you out to this eatery today?
What brings me out, the courage of that man for saying no to this lockdowns, tyranny, to this fascists. And now I hope he's going to give a green light to every other business to do the same.
That is the question. Is he going to be a catalyst, or will other businesses look at all this law enforcement here today and they'll be scared off from opening?
No, if they're going to be scared off, that these are not the people that, then you know what, let them be scared off. These are probably the people that 6 feet apart from their parents wearing a mask and then abide the lockdown order.
Arrest SKELLY.
Please, everybody, could you stop talking? Could we please give the floor to the police?
Thank you very much. Everyone, I just want to bring your attention to the fact that the restaurant is operating against the public health work order, or order that was issued yesterday.
Guys, everybody, please be quiet, please.
The restaurant was ordered closed by public health. It is unable and it's unlawful to operate. In addition to that, the ROA Act has closed down in dining, and everyone in here is in contravention of that also. And keep in mind, this is quite a large gathering over the maximum number inside, and obviously there is a possible consequence of being charged. So I just want to provide that.
Hey, please, quiet, please.
So I'm hoping to deliver the messaging that you are in contravention of these acts. There is potential for charges, and again, I wanted you to be made aware of it. You are violating the ROA.
Thank you for your service, quiet.
And hopefully, I ask that you leave. And Otherwise, there is the constant possibility of being charged. So, thank you.
Everybody, please, just a second. Hey, I'd like to confirm. Everybody, please, can I have the floor? This is my restaurant, please. He's asked everybody to leave. Does everybody understand that? Yeah. Okay. I accept what you're saying, and I approve of your message to my customers today. He has asked everybody to leave. Okay.
Thank you. See ya.
I don't believe I've obstructed anything.
Freedoms this morning. I'll buy you guys briskets, man. No crimes are being committed. No crimes. Got a single fucking crime. Please try to arrest us. Fucking US. Fucking USSR.
Okay, so guys, if anybody, if you guys would like to grab some food, let's get back into a nice lineup again, and anybody can come in and order some food at the counter. And let's stop yelling at the police. They've done their part. They're being very respectful with us. Let's give the same respect back to them. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so look, they came by, they gave me a couple of municipal charges because we do have some issues with our business license here. That's what they started with. I basically had to beg them to charge me with the provincial orders. That's what my lawyers want to take to court and fight. So they did give us a summons. They did not give us any fines. As far as I know, nobody here was fined today? No. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, the police are not going to be breaking up these type of gatherings. They obviously don't want them to happen, but I think we have a lot of power in numbers here, and I really hope we can go and start supporting all the other restaurants that will follow in suit and open in protest this week. Yeah. And I think we had some boys here with a tattoo shop that I just talked to, and they're going to do it too. So let's go. Let's make that wave. And are you guys all going to support the other businesses that choose to open in protest? Yeah! Let's go. Anybody who opens, we need to get all this support over to them too, to really show them that this is the way it's going to go.
For you guys, for sure.
Adam, are you back to opening tomorrow?
Tomorrow's another day. It's 2. Then the next day we'll get 4 until there's so many businesses.
The wave
there's
will
not
come,
enough
bro.
cops.
It will be a tsunami.
We'll outnumber them.
Yes, sir.
It's easy. We'll outnumber them.
Yes, sir.
Was your landlord involved in any of the negotiations, Adam?
No, I have not spoken with my landlord yet regarding this. Hey, guys. Shout out Roto-Rooter.
So what did the cops tell you in terms of future reopenings, Adam?
They told me that more fines. They told me that more fines could be issued. They told my staff that fines could also be issued against them. So now some of my staff have also been, maybe intimidated to not come back in again. We'll see how that goes. I might need a couple guys to work the counter if we keep going. Anybody here looking for a job? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I might need some other people to scoop some potato salad for me tomorrow. But I will be back here as long as we can have some more support. I will be back here again tomorrow to open.
Adam, what kind of legal advice have you been getting?
Freedom! 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 Freedom!
Let's go. I love you guys. What kind of legal advice have I been getting? Nothing super specific yet. They feel very confident about the emergency order, that it has to be, the measures have to be enacted on people proportionately, and small business is being affected disproportionately. I think that's very clear.
And just to be clear, how many tickets did you receive today?
Can we see the tickets?
Bullhorn guy, give him the mic.
I tried, bro. He wants to do it himself. Yep. I understand, yeah.
Just click the button.
Trying to drive you into financial ruin.
It's a bunch of court summons. There was no fines. Look, I have...
Look at that.
I have all of these that were issued. Wow. These are all municipal charges based on things that I didn't have properly set up in my business. Wow. Unrelated to anybody else. Wow. I have these 2. This is the failure to comply for today and yesterday. We have been charged under the Provincial Offenses Act.
Hold them all up, exactly.
What's the grand total?
Grand total? None of these are fines. These are all court summonses, and they're not until February and March.
So you were charged under the Reopen Ontario Act?
Yes, this is the Reopen Ontario Act, right? That I was charged under? Yeah. Do you think the courts will be open in February?
They'll be there to take your money.
Yeah.
Adam, do you feel that the state is trying to make an example out of you to dissuade others from opening? Is that what's really going on here?
No, I think if they were trying to make an example out of us, they would have given fines to everybody here today. They would have tried to prevent us from opening. I'm not sure they have a leg to stand on.
And do you see anyone else opening in the days ahead after all the aggravation you've gone through?
I've spoken with like a dozen people today and yesterday and other people on social media, and someone just right now who promised me that they would be opening and I could share their message. I'm welcoming all those messages from everybody else who's ready to do this. We'll share the message. We'll get the same thing happening. We'll get all your businesses full of support on the day that you choose to open. We'll coordinate it. We'll do it in a really productive way and get everybody open with tons of business again.
Adam, the crowd's about 3 times the size of yesterday. What do you think?
I think this is amazing. I love all you guys. I'm so happy to have your support. Thanks for showing up for small business today. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
So every one of these fines is just like the fines they gave me. Smoke and mirrors to try to keep the public compliant. Just like yesterday, the fake news told everybody that he got shut down at 4 o'clock. He got a closure order. No, everybody, he ran out of food at 4 o'clock. He took their little closure order, used it like toilet paper, and as you see, he opened up today, and this time he sold out at 1 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock.
No, he sold out before noon, Chris.
There you go. So that's how much power the state has to even close one little small business. So what's going to happen when hundreds open, thousands open? They brought all their resources to one, all their cops, all their bylaw, all that intimidation is for one place, and they don't have any more resources to spread around anywhere else. And even with all that, what could they do? All they did was make him sell out faster.
Mr. Grimes, it's a quick question. Why is it that this small mom pop restaurant is being targeted and just 400 meters down the road there is a Costco jammed to the gills? How do you square that?
Well, again, that's a call from the province. That's above my pay grade. So I hear that argument all the time. Walmart's and Costco's being opened. I think they've been deemed essential, but that's a different issue. That's not what I'm here for. So listen, I hear that argument. I hear it, and I accept that argument. But again, that's not my call. It's Medical Officer Health's call, and we're here to uphold her order.
And what is the evidence that the food service industry is some sort of a hotspot, a spreader for the virus, sir? There doesn't. If you talk to Restaurants Canada, they say there's no evidence.
Medical Officer Health disagrees with that. They do have the evidence. That's where a lot of this is being spread, and I'm not going to argue that. I'm not an expert. I'm not at those tables, so I'm just here to make sure we get this order and get this guy shut down.
Do you want to see the authorities throw the book at him, sir?
Well, yeah, he's targeting himself. So, like I said, it takes me no great pleasure to find a business owner. But when we give the order for Medical Officer Health to shut down permanently and he just defiantly disobeys it, then we have to throw the book at him, right? We have to. A lot of people are watching what's happening here. So it's important that we follow the orders, we all follow the orders, and we listen to what Medical Officer Health is telling us.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Well, folks, it's almost 2 o'clock, and day 2 of the Great Barbecue Rebellion is slowly winding down. And what did we witness here today? Well, we witnessed an even bigger outpouring of support by the common folk who came out to patronize the business. In fact, he was completely sold out before noon, if you can believe it, and had to shut his doors. And when he shut those doors, law enforcement and bylaw went in, and that's when the paperwork started. He's received 2 provincial offenses and about a half dozen municipal offenses. That's regarding his business license. There was no dollar amounts on those. That'll be argued in court in February. And I should note, you see a considerable presence of people. I can tell you for a fact, folks, the number of people would be far greater. It has just come to my attention that the police have blocked off the entrances to Adamson Barbecue. So there's no way for more people to come and show their support. I'm not sure what the agenda is there. But the bottom line is, according to Adam, he is indeed opening his barbecue tomorrow at 11 a.m. and he's welcoming everyone who enjoys delicious brisket with a side order of freedom to come on down. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, if you can, please go to journalistdefensefund.com. If you're able to, make a donation. Sometimes we have lawyers to pay, other times it's bodyguards, but it's worth it when it comes to bringing you the other side of the story.